Premieres Sunday at 9 on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
And by the way, Nancy, you were on Dancing with the Stars. Well,
I was a Final Five. I was a spicy fan favorite.
Well, up next, we've got the great Marilu Henner joining us. We'll talk all about her journey on the show and the beautiful waltz that she dedicated to her mother. That's after these messages from your local station.
Oh, her waltz was so pretty when she did it. It was a spicy dance. Marilu Henner and partner Derek Hough cha-cha'd their way to their highest score of the season Monday night on Dancing with the Stars. Marilu, tell me everything about that. Tell us, because we're watching this thinking you really seem to find your groove on Monday.
I know, the last 2 weeks, because the waltz for my mom, which was the most memorable year, that was great. That was the week before, and that was actually our highest score. So, yeah, but that's good. And then we did our cha-cha, and we did really well on that one too. So I was really excited about that.
So what's the switch that flipped that caused you guys to have this confidence in the last 2 weeks?
I think you know what, Derek thinks it's because he has a way of teaching his partners where he puts a lot of information into them. And most people can remember only 3 things at a time when you give a speech or something.
You can remember a lot more.
So his partners, I guess, would remember 3 things and they'd build from there. But I'd carry around all 10 things. And so I think it created like a stiffness or something, or it was like, am I doing it correctly? Am I doing it correctly? And then, so what we decided to do is from now on, he'll teach me the steps, then we'll keep adding, tweaking things. And it just seemed to have worked the last 2 weeks.
Is he obsessed with your mind? Like, Dave is going crazy over here, but does he just ask you random things like, tell me the date? Like, does he just want to hear the
No,
story?
he says, what are you doing? And I go, oh yeah, that was last Tuesday's choreography. He goes, well, today's Thursday. You know, because I'll remember all the different choreography.
That must have really helped you when you were acting as far as your lines are concerned.
Well, it's a different part of the brain, but yeah, it is, because it's visual, it's auditory, it's all those different things. So it's, you know, it's such a gift to me. I'm thrilled. I said to Derek, you're not going to get rid of my memory, okay? Maybe we'll just deal with it.
It's here to stay.
The way it is.
Do you drink cocktails? Does it cloud the memory or does it get sharper?
Oh, you mean like Sake Land?
Yeah.
No, there's a parallel universe. There's tequila Sake Land, and then there's like, you know.
Do dates just start spewing out with a couple of tequila shots? That's what I picture.
So I love all the talk about you and your legs. I mean, here you are competing against, you know, Lori Hernandez, who's 16 and just competed in the Olympics, and everyone's just like talking about you and your figure and your legs.
It's so funny. I've never had somebody talk about my age or my body as much as like, oh, thanks. So, you know, it's like, okay, all right, whatever you say.
But did you kind of always know that you had it, though?
These beautiful legs.
Sure.
What, legs?
The figure, the legs.
Oh, well, you know, no, I used to be
Something sexy in this
56 pounds heavier than I am today. That's why I write books. But I found a new way of eating. And I was here with my husband last time, and you know, I've written 10 books about a different lifestyle and eating and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's all part of it.
This is cute. Before we went on, I said to Marilu, because last time you were here was with your husband. You wrote the book about him beating cancer. I said, how is he? And you gave me the date, the time, when he was. How is he doing?
Oh, he's great. He just got another clean bill of health. So he's almost, in November, it'll be 13 years of remission.
He is so darling.
13 years.
I see him in the ballroom. Is he nervous when you're out there dancing?
Oh my God, he's so funny. He is. There he is. Dan, my brother, and one of my best friends. Yeah, he's a great guy. He doesn't. I mean, he's so funny because he's so. Well, I'll tell you a funny fast story. My family gets together for Christmas. There's like 42 of us. You know, somewhere between 28 and 42. And so his first Christmas with us, his granddaughter was with us, and she was my boy's ages, one of my boy's ages. And the kids always put on a show. So she was 7 and a half. My son had just turned 8. They were doing a play, but she wasn't feeling well. So Michael said, she has to go. We're going back to the hotel and everything. And my 8-year-old, he goes, she doesn't know the third act. Right? And so she can't leave. So he calls me up. He goes, Mom, Michael doesn't realize we're a show business family. So I think he's gone show business. I think now he understands it.
And what I love is that you're a super fan of Dancing with the Stars.
Probably too much. It probably has hurt me in a lot of ways because I'll say, oh yeah, I know, Meryl Davis won season 18. Right. You know, or like, oh yeah, I know who won. You know, and I know like all the ins and outs. I treat them like I want to get everybody's autograph. You know.
Is it living up to the expectations for you, having loved the show for so long?
It's not only living up to it, it's exceeding it because there are so many other things I didn't even realize, first of all, it's painful.
Yeah.
My feet are taped right now. My feet are taped almost every week. People are taping ribs, their legs, everything else. You really have to get your sea legs back. So it's really, I loved that one too. That was our tango.
Beautiful. All right, wait, you sit tight right there. We're going to talk more Dancing with the Stars, as well as you worked with Donald Trump not once, but twice. Right. Celebrity Apprentice All-Stars. We want to hear your experience, what it was like working with him. Much more with wonderful Marilu coming up next.
Her entire life, my mother wanted to be a dancer. You know, she loved music and she loved movement. A few weeks after my mother died, I had my final audition for Taxi. I just remember before I walked in, I said, Mom, let's do this together. We'll do this together.
That's gorgeous.
Right there. All right, we're back with Marilu Henner, who dedicated her most memorable year on Dance with the Stars to her late mother that we're going to talk about, because I love the stories about your mom. But Trump, before we move on, so you worked with him twice. What is your experience with Trump?
Well, you know, it was Celebrity Apprentice, so it was a little different. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you just have to let them kind of go. And he's a character, no question about it. I saw him at 6 in the morning. I saw him like 11 o'clock at night.
Was he respectful to you?
Well, he really liked me and everything else. You know, he has those little things that he says about women and stuff like that. But, you know, the first time I was ever on The Tonight Show, I walked out and Johnny Carson said, "Oh, it's cold backstage, huh?" Because I had a silk blouse on. You would never get away with that. No. All right? Never. Tom Schneider asked me, you know, if I had orgasms. So on camera. So, you know, you get used to hearing that kind of thing. And I'm not saying it's right at all, but I know that he's kind of from that generation, kind of. So I didn't take offense to it. I mean, he says all kinds of things. I don't like the violence. I don't like what's happened. I don't like that there's going to be riots if, you know, and an uprising if she wins. I don't think the system's rigged. So it's, you know.
What's your reaction been to the last year and a half as he's risen up to be the nominee? Were you shocked?
I was shocked. I know he's always in it to win it. I don't know how much he wants to be president, but he was in it to win it. Yeah. And I don't know. I think politics has changed forever. And you know, I don't know. I mean, it's scary in terms of the reaction to it. And I, you know, I feel bad for Billy Bush because I always loved him on the show and everything else. And, you know, but it's terrible what's happened with our ears having listened to certain kind of talk about women for so many years that it takes you aback and you go, gosh, all the times that I heard that, I never had a reaction to it. And now you know, and that has to change. I have 2 sons, 20 and 22. They don't talk like that about women. Thank God it's kind of changing. But, you know, we have to see more of it change.
Yeah, it starts with the kids.
For sure.
Your mom up there, literally everybody just seeing her right there. Tell us about your mom. So she had a dance studio in your garage.
In our garage. We lived in a little lower middle class neighborhood in Chicago, right next door to a Catholic church. My mom had a little dancing studio that was about 2.5 cars. We never used it as a garage. It was just a structure. And we charged $1 for people to come over and learn tap, ballet, jazz, and social dancing. So my mom, she, you know, 7th and 8th graders and high school kids came over, and we nicknamed her different classes. We called one the Lonely Hearts Club because they were always trying to, you know, get fixed up and stuff. But the nuns also came over for stretch classes. The nuns next door.
How many nuns?
Like about 12 altogether would come over at different times. She also cut their hair because my mom was also a beautician. She set up a beauty salon in the kitchen. The refrigerator was in the basement, and in its place was a blue hair drying chair. So we had a dancing school in the backyard, a beauty shop in our kitchen. Neighborhood women would come over and get their hair done. And then upstairs from us lived our uncle with 10 cats, 2 dogs, 2 birds, a skunk, 150 fish, and his boyfriend Charles. I mean,
last but not least, the boyfriend Charles.
Yeah, and he taught art at the Catholic Grammar School. He also ran a cat hospital on the roof and was the neighborhood astrologist.
Forget the Kardashians. Back in the day, this would have been the greatest reality show of all time.
Yeah, I mean, the house was small, so I don't know how many cameras we could have gotten in.
Do you ever feel your mom's presence?
Oh yeah, and my dad's. He passed away a few years before she did. And I saw a woman who was 49 when my father died, almost 50, and she looked like she was in her 30s. After 6 kids, she still had a great figure, but and her face and everything. And then I saw my dad's death take its toll on her full-blown rheumatoid arthritis. She ended up, the upper vertebrae of her spine disintegrated, shifted out of position, made her paralyzed from the neck down. And a month before she died, she lost her leg. She had to have her leg amputated from the complications. And I made a pact that I said, I'm going to learn everything I can about the human body because their deaths are not going to be in vain, which is what really set me on the course for having a healthy lifestyle and the 10 books and everything else that I've done.
I cannot imagine how proud they are of you now, of everything that you are doing. And we are so excited to continue watching you. By the way, on Dancing with the Stars, we should tell you that it airs Monday at 8 p.m. on ABC.
And it's team dances this week, so we have 2 dances.
Kill it.
Oh, I like the team dances.
I do too, and I'm in a great team. I'm with Lori and Val and Tara and Sasha and Gleb and Jana. So it's really like a strong team.
Keep it going. Tell your husband, hey,
I will.
Straight ahead, Josh and Heather Altman from Bravo's $1 Million